Hi, welcome. Simon here, and I hope you're doing well. In this video, I'll be doing a screen replacement on an iPhone XR. As you can see that this front here is cracked, as well as the LCD screen, the retina display has pixelated and distorted color. So when I change the phone with the new screen replacement here, it comes with the retina display, the LCD, plus the screen digitizer for the glass. So this is just a plastic wrapper. You can peel it off. It is not the A bubble. So just leave it on for now. And let me first thing to do is to turn off the phone. Shutting off the phone first. And the next step is to go ahead and get yourself the 0.8 torque screwdriver here. You need to remove the two screws at the bottom. Now, if you're curious to know where to find the tools, where can you buy them, as well as the screen replacement, what I'll do is I'll link them in the description below. So if you click on the description, it will direct you to either Amazon or eBay, where you can find the tools and the replacement part for this process. Alright, so I'm getting the metal prying tool. This metal prying tool, what you want to do is you want to stick it in between the phone and the screen, and it's quite deep. Not too deep, but it's about this much of depth that you need to stick it in, and you want to leave it right about this much on your prying tool. Try not to go too deep because you do not want to damage the internal component like the motherboard, or puncture the battery, things like that. So just enough for you to cut the adhesive tape all along the phone, right? Because the phone is water resistant, or prevent the dust from going in. So you need to cut the seal in order to remove the broken screen. All right, once you have cut that open, go ahead and flip the phone to your right, and that's how you open up the phone. Now at this moment here, I recommend you to go ahead and remove the screws that is hidden underneath here. So there's one screw right underneath that plastic right here, I mean the flex cable. Let's go ahead and remove that. And by the way, this is the Try screwdriver. The tip of the screw looks like a Y little shape. I'm removing the second screw. The second screw is hidden right underneath this flex cable right here. I know it's hard for you to see. There's one here, the second, and this is the third. So remove 3 screws, and the bracket should just come right out. Once the bracket is out, go ahead and disconnect the battery. Get yourself a plastic prying tool here and pry open this flex cable. They are just like Lego, they snap on. To remove, you're just going to lift it up, and that's how you disconnect the battery. Once the battery is disconnected, you can go ahead and remove 2 screws, and these 2 screws are holding the bracket, and the bracket is holding the flex cable for your digitizer, as well as the LCD screen. So remove that 2 flex cable right there, left and right, and that's how you disconnect the entire screen here. Now let's go ahead and remove the rest of the screws, which are the one on the top. That would be for your ear speaker, the proximity sensor, and that is the thing that we need to remove right now. And once you remove that, we need to transfer over to the new screen. So 3 of the screws here, 1, 2, and 3, they run on the Y screwdriver or the Try screwdriver, and this is the Phillips screw, and which is on the very top right corner. Once you remove the 4 screws, the very top right corner, remove the bracket, get yourself a plastic prying tool, and go ahead and pry open the the front proximity sensor and the ear speaker. This is the one on the top here. We are transferring this over to the new screen. But before we can continue, let's go ahead and remove this by using this is the tri screw on the top left corner. Just remove the tiny little screw here. And the rest of it is running on the Phillips screw. Once you remove the 3 screws, now the front proximity sensor and the ear speaker, you should be able to pop it right out. If you take a close attention to the new screen, it doesn't come with the plastic bracket. This one has the bracket. So this bracket right here is the position for you to remount the camera, the Face ID, right? So this is the one we're going to transfer over to the new screen as well. So what I'll do is I will try to dig it all the way underneath, right? Yeah, just double-sided adhesive tape, nothing really special. We are not using the old screen anymore. So we try to pick up everything all at one go. Now I noticed that there's this little metal piece right here. This is probably the grounding process, right? So it kind of clip on to this tiny little metal. We'll be clipping back onto this one as well. I'll show it to you in a minute. And I just remove the entire plastic, right, with the front proximity sensor and the entire ear speaker here, one piece together. So let's move the old screen on the side. We'll be just placing onto the new screen here. Once we place it in, and do not forget the metal piece. I believe, I'm not sure what is that for, to be honest with you, but I think it is important. So since we have it here, we must well just transfer it back to the phone. But I think anything related to metal being clipped on is probably the grounding process, or maybe like the static, just in case, like if there's any static was charged in your body when you pick up the phone. So it's probably grounding process. That's my best guess. All right, once you have that little metal piece back on top, let's go ahead and realign the entire position here. Adjust them as you need. Once I have them all in the position, while I'm still holding that, I'll get my Phillips screwdriver. And I'm going to put the screws back in all together. All the screws are not the same size, so make sure you remember which of the screw that goes where. Okay, so that is all set. Now we'll be transferring the new screen back to the phone. So again, they are just like Lego. So position them in the right position and just press it in. You do not need to have a lot of force to push it down. Once you have them aligned in the right position, it is very easy to snap back into it. All right, I have that down. Let me go ahead and reconnect the battery as well. Okay, that is in. Let me go ahead and put the cable back in together. I mean the bracket, sorry. All right, I'm having some difficulty with that tiny little screw here. As soon as I mentioned difficulty, it went in and I was able to just screw it in easily. All right, let's go ahead and put this bracket back on. This is for the screen. Everything is real tiny. And just be patient. All right, once you have that installed, we have to work on the very last final bracket, which is this big right here. So this one, I like to show it to you. You need to slide it underneath this little metal piece right here that's on the top here. This little small piece, you want to slide it in between so the bracket stays below and that little clipper stays on top. Once you have that aligned, go ahead and put your Y screws back in. All right, and then the very top screw is the Phillips screw. Once you have that all installed, now we can go ahead and put the screen back together. I like to align the top first, so you need to slide the top in. Make sure it's all the way in. You press it down, it snaps, and then you just work around your way by pressing it down, and you snap all the way back in. And once you have that installed, do not forget the two screws here at the bottom. All right, now we can go ahead and turn on the phone. So if you find this video is helpful, please go ahead and give me a like and subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate you for doing that. Let me cover up the face. I think there is a picture right there, so let me cover it up a little bit. Yeah, so if you find this video is helpful, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Comment below if you have any question regarding about the phone. If you're not sure where to buy the parts, I will link them in the description below. Like I said, you can find them from Amazon or eBay. Hopefully this video helps you save some money. You don't have to bring it to the Apple store or third-party phone replacement where they might cost you over $100. For this, where you can just change it yourself for like less than, I don't know what the price is, but I forgot. But anyway, so that's the story. As you can see that the phone is good, the display is good. Yeah, so I hope you liked the video and learned something today. Until next time, take care now. Bye.